Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Denny. I am a cinematographer, director, and photographer from Kingston, Jamaica. I run a video production company here, and we do like commercials, music videos, you name it. But today, I wanted to talk to you guys about who is a cinematographer. I feel like when I talk to friends or family members or even strangers, they don't know who a cinematographer is and what they do. So I wanted to just shed some light on what I do for a living. And before I get into that, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on this video and watching it. I hope you watch to the end, and I hope it's informative. Big up on yourself. Thank you. Before I go into today's topic and talk about what I do for a living, let's just address the elephant in the room, or palm teeth. So yeah, I got braces at the end of last year in 2022. Happy New Year, by the way. All the blessings for the new year for you guys, and I wish you guys so much success. Big up on yourself. So let's talk about who is a cinematographer and what do they do. Essentially, a cinematographer is someone who paints with light. They are a storyteller, they are a creative and photographer. They wear many different hats essentially. However, what you need to know is that we utilize light and shadow to help to propel a story forward. That story may come in the form of a music video, or it could be a narrative film, it could be a TV series like Wednesday, that I love so much. If you love Wednesday, let me know in the comments. I really love that series. However, our job as the cinematographer is to create the look and the feel of a project. It could be a commercial, music video, TV show, as I said, blockbuster movie. And the look is basically how the image feels, the saturation levels, the hues, stuff like that, the colors, the color palette that we choose to use when lighting a scene and stuff like that. So that's essentially what we do as a cinematographer. And so we use different techniques as well to help to tell the story. So different lighting techniques, whether it's soft light like what I have here now, or is it hard light, like harsh sunlight maybe, or it could be camera movement, how we move the camera. That kind of helps to tell the story as well. The camera becomes another character in the story, and so we have to have that knowledge and technical skill of how to move the camera, when to move it, and how that evokes certain types of emotions. Also, we use things like framing and composition, and let me know if you want to see a video about those things, especially framing and composition. Those two kind of help to create stunning image, but also a moving scene. You can frame your subject incorrectly and it completely throws off your story and the effect of the story. Let me know if you want me to go into a little bit more detail on that. I can do another video about that. I'm going to talk about 3 phases of the production process where the cinematographer is involved in, and that's 1, the pre-production, 2, principal photography, and 3, post-production / editing or / color grading. So in the pre-production phase, essentially this phase is your planning phase of your project. So essentially a director or a producer will reach out to a cinematographer and say, hey man, or hey ma'am, we want to work with you on our project, and the project is a commercial or a film or a documentary, and this is the script or this is the treatment. The treatment is more familiar in the music video space. So basically a treatment is a document that outlines the music video, breaks down the scenes, and let you know and give you visual references to what the music video will look and feel like. So that's the visual language of the project itself. So we help to develop the visual language of the project with the directors, vision. That's pretty much what we do in the pre-production phase. We plan, we decide on locations, we decide on the color palette that we're going to be working with. We talk to wardrobe, and we decide what the colors of the wardrobe is going to look like. Is it going to be within a specific color scheme? Is it going to be dominant blues or reds or maroon, green? Also, how does that help the emotional language of the project? So different colors affect people in different ways, and so the cinematographer also helps to decide those aspects of the pre-production phase. So when we get to the principal photography phase, essentially this is when you go out and you actually shoot your project. This phase includes, rounding up the crew members, talent, and the necessary people, human resources, and the equipment necessary to create the project on the day or on the days, because some projects last for months, weeks. It could be a couple of days or a couple of hours. So that is basically the phase called principal photography. That's essentially what it is. You go out and shoot your project. Now let's talk about the post-production / color grading phase. In this phase, the cinematographer role is to help to guide the look and keep it consistent throughout the project, whether it's a commercial, film, music video. And essentially we use things called LUTs, lookup tables. That's what it stands for, LUT. And what a LUT is just like how you'd apply a filter in a photo editing app. It's the same thing. You just apply a filter to your video to give it that specific look that you're going for. Maybe you're doing a period piece where it's dated back in history and you want it to have a specific tone. Maybe it's a bit warmer. Maybe you've seen certain war films and stuff like that where it's desaturated, the colors aren't bright, it's a lot of gray and black and white tones and not much color. And then you have films on the other hand that are very dominant with certain colors. For instance, The Batman in 2022, that film was really dominated by reds and oranges, and the film was really dark and moody. So that is essentially the look. And in post-production, in color grading, we can manipulate the image, make it warmer, make it cooler, make it less saturated or more saturated if we wanted to. Yeah, that's pretty much the cinematographer's role when it comes down to all those three parts of the production process. In pre-production, where we interact with the director a lot, the principal photography phase where we go out and shoot the vision that we had planned, and then finally in post-production wrap it up all together and decide how we want to manipulate the image to make it look a lot better than how we captured it on the day. If you've gotten any type of value from this video, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if it is that it's the first time you've heard about, what a cinematographer does or who a cinematographer is. Would love to know down in the comments. And also let me know what's your favorite film. One of my favorite films is The Batman, because especially for cinematography, I like dark and moody shows, and I loved the series Wednesday, and I can't wait to watch the next season of it. It was such a good story. It was a good story, and I feel like it was executed well from a cinematographer's standpoint, and it really helped the story. Good cinematography is cinematography that propels the story forward, and it doesn't get distracting or anything like that. You can still have beautiful images, but it doesn't need to take away from the story itself. So that to me is good cinematography, courtesy of the one and only Roger Deakins. He said that, and I agree with him 1000%. And just to add this before I close out, one of my other favorite cinematographers is Bradford Young, young black cinematographer from the US, and his work is phenomenal, man. I hope I meet him one day, and I'll tell you a story about how I actually saw him but didn't get to meet him, unfortunately. But one day, Bradford, we shall meet. All right, so until then, guys, big up on yourself. Thank you for watching it this far to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to me in the comments, let me know what's up. All right, peace.